Hello. Happy day. Happy morning. As of right now, um, whenever you're seeing this specifically, for some reason, like literally the night before you're seeing this, you just had like an incredible shift suddenly. Like, suddenly. Currently, when I'm recording this, it's November 1st. Um, but stuff like this happens on its own timeline based off of your stuff. It's November 1st, 2024. There was a huge shift in the collective last night. Veil was thin, all that fun stuff, beautiful. Specifically for you, the message for you is what you are shifting into. And what you, oh, goodness. It's a lot of stuff coming in. It's an influx of things like, and it's so fun. It's so fun. You have a lot of things coming to you. There is this initiation that is officially taking effect right now. Like you're taking your black belt test or something, and you just became or like you're taking the test, or you just became a black belt. But in this shift, do you now see where your why you were initiated into this position? Why specifically you have the words for people? Why you specifically get to help in these waves of emergence, spiritual emergence. So it happens in tears, and lovely, it's infinite. But it's waves of people who teach the next, the next, the next, the next, the next. And you have been initiated into this, and you it's comfortable. It's not even like it's fun, it's exciting, but it's also comfortable. It's not anything that feels like you're an imposter in this. You feel, in fact, like you are the expert in this, and people are seeking your expertise, in these things. And it's not necessarily like professional stuff. Some of it is just like how you live your life personally. All that being said, I feel your energy of like, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm just doing it. There is no, oh well, what if I can't, or what, you're just doing it. You're just doing it. You're not even like, you're almost like surprise attacking yourself with like, oop, now I'm doing it. Because you've gotten to the point where you're trusting your intuition so much that whenever you hear that little voice, you're like, no, that's what I'm doing. Because over these past few years, really, you have been kind of testing, like putting like these trust tests in the universe, or like into yourself and your own intuition. You've been like kind of like just checking and checking, like, oh, okay, well, that's right. Oh, and that's right. And that's right. And whether you realize it or not, you have been slowly developing this relationship with your intuition. Then it's at the point where you have developed something so strong on without even really seeing it happen in that moment. It's like you're realizing after the fact, like, oh, I did that. Turns out I had this goal to not give any more craps, and now I just don't give any more craps. I haven't been giving craps for a while. You know, that was your goal. Like, that was your goal like 6 months ago or a year ago, and you've been doing it for pretty much as soon as you made the goal, you started walking those steps. And they talk about with prayer, 5:54, as I say this, when they talk about prayer, and 10:10 a.m. as I say this, okay, when they talk about prayer, we're praying and we're like hoping or we're manifesting. And we can do all of those things, and that is amazing. It is also important for us to walk in those steps of that prayer. So, whenever we're manifesting patience, like you're gonna have a lot of moments where your patience is then practice, where you're finding new ways to practice patience. When you already have patience, you don't necessarily have to ask for it. um, and so more just being in the moment of things. Okay, so I please give me this, and then you have to then walk in the direction of that thing, or at least we get generally. Is it east, west, south, north? Where are we going? Where, just let me know. Like, I might have to hone in a little bit eventually. It might be a long journey, it might be a short journey. But actually taking the steps in that direction. If you pray for something and then step in the opposite direction, what? What? Why? Why are you doing that? But we do that. That's part of it. It's like this initiation. And so you've been through lots of initiations through your lifetime, but also in this past little bit. These, are you sure you really want this? Can you really do the things that you need in order to maintain this dream? And you're confidently stepping into it. It was 6:46 as I say this. Um, you're confidently stepping into it because you know that you are you. And you've gotten to the point where you're like, I see how my specific light is shining. And you can be I was saying this to my best friend the other day about being puzzle pieces, a part of one big picture. And some people really want to be middle pieces, but some people are edge pieces. And and a lot of times people aren't even looking at themselves enough to see, where do I go? And some people are so clearly an edge piece. And starting with the edges often helps bring the picture together, to create framework, to make the job just that much easier. Then you can start going based off of what the picture looks like and where each colors go in the picture based off of the orientation of the frame. And I feel like you are an edge piece. Granted, in any puzzle, no matter what piece you are, if you go missing, we will notice. And we will tear the whole house apart looking for that piece. The reason you're being initiated at this time, because this specific puzzle at this time, apparently the world is made of the universe is made of puzzle, and the timelines of many puzzles, of infinite puzzles. But in this specific puzzle, you are an edge piece, and you are holding things together. You are creating this border, this protection, this framework in order to present an entire story with this picture that is eventually completed with hard work, and each individual piece being looked at and observed, and putting it here in orientation to whichever edge piece, and so on. I know people who just start going for it, who are puzzle maniacs, and they just start blah, 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 blah. But that's for them. That's them. Those are those pieces like that are shaped like animals. Those wood puzzles. We're just gonna be regular classic puzzle over here, y'all. Okay? We're gonna have the regular puzzles. Um, but whatever piece actually resonates with you, whatever piece you actually are, the universe is asking you to go ahead and be a part of the picture now. Because it doesn't matter which order you actually move in the puzzle. Because when that last piece is there, whether you're an edge piece, a middle piece, or whatever, we're noticing. The collective notices it, and we're looking for you, and we're gonna find you. Um, that we're looking for you, and the way that we can find you, or the way that you, is the same way that you find us. Honestly, you're going out there, you're moving out there in some way. You are putting your energy out there to be a beacon, and so the first beacon is looking down at that puzzle and realizing that that piece isn't right there. That then initiates a new action, which is look around. Do I see any puzzle piece immediately? No? Okay, let me look under the table. All right, maybe let me get out of my seat. Maybe it's in my chair. Maybe it's in my dress. And you start moving. At this point, 11:11. At this point, you just saw the missing puzzle piece. And also, I'm getting like this pinky, orangey sunset in this puzzle that I'm imagining, but not all the way. Like, there's some blue down here, but there's like some peachy, cloudy sunset, with peachy, pinky, cloudy sunset with like little cute pink or white clouds, and um, that's the part of the puzzle that you're currently working on, I guess. Is this beautiful sunset or sunrise, truly? Because this is a new beginning. This is a new day. You're both completing a puzzle, beep, and starting the journey of finding a puzzle piece. And how all of these things are true at once. And all this dichotomy that's happening in your life, you're like, okay, oh yeah, that's right. That makes sense because things could be salty and sweet. Things could be things could be sour and hot. You know, there things can all be true at once. They don't necessarily negate themselves. It's good soup. You know, it's good soup. And that's what you're making. All of these are ingredients, team players, puzzle pieces, analogy, Atropolis. Atropolis? Anyway. That's it for it. That's all of it. I think that's, for some reason, that's everything. That's all. So if any of this resonated with you, let me know. We are moving into a 1 month for the world. No, we are in a 1 month right now, November. So the world is accepting applications. Um, the universe is now putting people into the positions in their job positions that they have been promoted to or demoted to. Some people got fired from some of their jobs of the universe because they're supposed to be doing other things along their purpose. That is what this month is for the world, for the entire world. So we're starting a lot of new stuff. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be super great. It's going to feel nerve wracking, because it's going to be so much excitement. Like waiting in line for a roller coaster and you're biting your mom's shoulder because you're just so nervous. Okay? Um, I don't like roller coasters, but maybe you do. Um, I know that I prefer like more of a spiritual roller coaster because that's what I've been on. um, but that maybe that's what it's been like for you, and so you may feel a little bit nervous because that is excitement, and sometimes not being able to see, we don't know the difference between excitement and nervousness. So you're going to start telling yourself you're excited. Um, and it'll be hard to believe it at first because you're like, I am so freaking nervous. But then you're going to do the thing. And if you aren't feeling completely in your element as you do it, keep an eye out for what you do feel completely in your element in. That means try new things. Try it out. See what it's like. You're allowed to. And give yourself grace. This is a starting time. Nothing has to be completed yet. Embracing the fact that this is truly the beginning and I'm literally only taking the first few steps, and I'm definitely not, I still have so much of the journey, which means I have plenty of time to get all of the things that I need and learn all the stuff in order to make sure that I am completely fulfilled at the end of this. So, lovelies, um, if this is you, let me know. This is people in the collective in general. Like, literally, if there's just one person who sees this and it feels like this is them, let me know. Um, because I know this is for specific people who are meant to hear this at the time they're meant to hear it, because you could find this 80 years from now and you're meant to hear this specific message, because I really want to explain how time is for the universe and for your soul. Like, we see time in this line from beginning to end, and I've said this before and I'll say it a million times. Oh, pardon. um but really, time is more like a straw that we flip and we look straight down, and there's these many layers of things going on within that straw, and it's all happening at once. So when you find this, you have been put into that initiation and you feel that wholeheartedly that you're being initiated. Have a tickle in my throat. Anyway, in the meantime, keep an eye out for the numbers and stay synchronized.